When I tell y'all my heart was beating so fast. So when I get in the ambulance, y'all, that's when everything started going downhill fast. So when
Yeah. It's me. I just want to walk in the beat real quick. Yeah.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Neek Nicole, and today I have a story time for you, so stay tuned. Y'all, I know, for the ones that watch me and the ones who, really care about what's going on with me, I'm gonna let y'all know a little bit about what I've been going through and what I've been dealing with. It's gonna be kind of a story time situation. These are my nails. I think they are so cute. But yes, I'm gonna be letting y'all know what I've been dealing with and what's been going on with me. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share my content. Thank you. So I know it's been a little minute since I've made a video, and other than just being a mom and life circumstances. So if you have read the title, you know that I have had my first panic attack. I always dealt with anxiety, and before, I've had depression I've dealt with, but this was something totally different from anything that I have ever dealt with. So this was like scary stuff. If y'all ever had a panic attack, please leave down in the comment section below, like, what happened when you had it, how did you conquer it, so say, and how did you, pretty much, how did you handle it? How did you handle the whole situation when it was happening to you? So this story takes place probably, I'll say probably like 2 months ago or a month ago. Y'all, summer was real. It was fun, but it was also really rough for me. Like, I was in and out the hospital a couple times for different reasons or different things that had happened to me over the summer. But this takes place, like I said, like a month ago, 2 months ago. And I had a fashion show coming up or whatever, and I had to go to Tampa. I'm in Orlando, so I have to drive to Tampa, which is probably like an hour or so away. And I had to go, this was probably like a Saturday that I had to go. So yeah, y'all, this is probably about like a Saturday. So the Friday before, I was with my cousin. We was like, sneaking and geeking or whatever. And I've been sneaking and geeking since about 7 years. If y'all don't know what sneaking and geeking mean, that means smoking. Weed, of course, but I always smoke. Nothing was wrong with me, ever. I'm not the type of person that gets paranoid or, people be like, oh, they heart racing, this and that. I don't never had those issues. Been doing this since like high school, never had these issues or whatever. But this time I was with my cousin and we was hitting her blunt, okay? Cool, we chilling. Then I pull out mine. We hitting it, cool, chilling. So, what happened? Hold on, y'all, let me remember. Okay, so we hit it, we chilling. We go inside, right? When we go inside, something was just not right. Something was off. When I tell y'all my heart was beating so fast, like fast, real fast. Like, I was so scared. And it's like I didn't want to say nothing because I ain't want nobody to think I'm like tripping. Like, girl, you just tripping. You tripping, you good. But no, y'all, like, my heart was beating so fast. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than like beating uncontrollably, right? Nothing happened to me. It was just beating. So I had ended up telling my cousin, I'm like, girl, like, my heart is beating real fast and everything. She like, girl, it's probably just the gas. Like, you straight. You're good. And I'm like, okay, I'm tripping. So I go in the bathroom, try to put water in my face, Girl, that was not helping, okay? It was not helping. I thought like it would make me snap to it, but it didn't. Girl, I was just in the bathroom tripping. I'm like, okay, I gotta stop tripping. I gotta be on point. It was like everybody in the house was trying to talk to me. I kind of wasn't like, I was listening, but I kind of really wasn't listening because it was just like my heart was beating so fast. I could not think about nothing else. So you know how they say like sometimes when you're about to like cross over to the other side that you will see family members, right? Like deceased family members. So yeah, it was so crazy. At my cousin's house, they have pictures on the wall of like deceased family members, right? For some reason, every time I passed that wall, I kept looking at it. And I'm like, oh my God. It's funny now because girl, you was tripping, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is something finna happen to me? Like, is this it? Like, is this my end? Y'all, so dramatic, but truly that's how I felt. I'm like, nah, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. So I go home, I take a nap, I'm good, right? Right, okay, that's the end of the night. I get up, I go, my appointment, not my appointment, but my rehearsal. It probably was like supposed to be at like 2 o'clock. So, I leave earlier because I have to drive like an hour and some change away or whatever. So, start driving, get on the interstate, everything cool. So, by this time, I had already told my family, like, hey, I'm tripping. Like, I was real tripping yesterday. Like, my heart was beating fast. Like, something was up type of thing, right? So, I'm on the road, hit the blunt a little bit. And I was okay. I was straight. All of a sudden, y'all, boom, start happening to me again. Heart beating so fast. Like, I could not do this. But mind you, I'm by myself and I'm on the highway. So I'm like, damn, I'm tripping. Like, I have to pull over. So I pull over to this like 7-Eleven off one of the exits. And I'm sitting there. And I'm calling my people, like telling them like, hey, it started again. I'm tripping. And it's like an outer body experience. That's like the only way I could like really explain it. It's like an outer body experience. It's like you don't have no control over like breathing, your heart rate, nothing. Like you just out of it. I'm sitting in the parking lot and they like, well, don't leave until you feel better. And I'm like, okay, so I'm in a car, I'm trying to listen to music, I'm trying to do everything I possibly can do to like make myself, feel normal again. Nothing was working. And I'm starting to think like, damn, like I'm gonna call it gas. Did the gas I get, like, is it laced? Like, what's it giving? But I'm like, I done bought this gas from somebody 1,000 times over. Nothing like this ever happened to me. So I'm confused on what's happening or whatever. So I'm like, nah, that can't be. Like, it can't be that. Because I done bought from this person 1,000 times and nothing ever happened to me. But now all of a sudden, I'm paranoid, I'm tripping, my heart beating fast. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. So after I felt a little bit better, I get back on the road, right? It was like a little traffic and it was like a little minute to the next exit. Y'all, this was stronger than the day before. This was stronger than what just happened to me probably like 20 minutes before. This was like, my heart was beating so fast, like it was gonna come out of my chest, like my heart was gonna stop. It was crazy. It was like my heart was gonna stop, y'all. It was so scary. So I'm like, bro, I have to get off this exit. Like, there's no ifs, ands about it. I have to get off this exit because I am tripping bad right now. And what I'm gonna do on the side of the road. So I'm like, I have to make it to I have to make it to another store. I have to call somebody, I have to do something. But if I was to call 911 on the interstate, how was they gonna get to me? Or they could get to me, but it was gonna be hard and my car was just gonna be on the side of the road. Like, I didn't want to deal with all that. So I'm like, okay, let me get to a store. And if I still feel like I'm tripping, I'm going to tell somebody so they can call the ambulance. So I get to this gas station. I walk in and I find this dude. And I was like, hey, don't make a big scene, but I need y'all to call the ambulance. And for a second, he was just looking at me like, huh? And I'm like, sir, I need an ambulance. Like, don't make a scene, but call the ambulance or whatever. So he goes to the manager and he tells the manager, hey, we need somebody to do this or this at a gas station. And I tell him like, hey, I need somebody. I think it was like a Wawa. And if y'all from Florida or like, I don't know what our place has Wawa, but I know definitely Florida has a Wawa. It's like a gas station. So when I went to the Wawa, I told the man what was up. He told his manager. She calls the police. Did she call the police? She called the police and they called the ambulance or whatever. They were asking me questions like, how old am I? You know, what am I feeling? You know, am I alone? This and that. And then as time was going on, my breathing started getting heavy. Like, hyperventilating, heavy. Heart just still beating so fast. And so they brought a chair. So at this point, it caused a scene, which I was trying to avoid. But at this point, I don't even care because I need help. And I'm sitting and I'm breathing heavy. And then like people started coming up to me. This nice lady, and I wish I knew who these people were that helped me, because I would like really give them a thank you, or like, or I really want to talk to them, but I don't really know. I probably will never see them people again, but the fact that they helped me, they was like holding me down in that moment, I'm so greatly appreciated. If they ever somehow come across this video, I appreciate y'all. But I was sitting, I was breathing hard, heart beating fast. And one lady, she was with her family, she came over to me, she was like, do this, like breathe in, control your breathing. Like everybody kept telling me, control your breathing, don't breathe too fast. But it's like, y'all, I cannot help what's happening to me right now. Like I literally can't. And I tried to do that, but even though I was listening to them, my heart was beating so fast. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, like, if this is it, just say that. Like, if it's my time, just say that. I was so scared. And like this lady comes and she was like, I'm a nurse. And do y'all have aspirins? And they were like, no, we don't have any or whatever. And I'm like, why she keep saying that? Do y'all have aspirin? And they were like, no. So then, a couple minutes go by, ambulance get there. They put me on a stretcher and everything. I go into the stretcher. That's when things get very sticky. So when I get in the ambulance, y'all, that's when everything started going downhill fast. So when I got in the back of the ambulance, right, they were like, asking me questions, asking my age. Like I was able to talk to people. Like I wasn't just like all the way out of there. Like I wasn't all the way down bad, but it's like, so it was just like my heart, all through this, my heart was beating so quickly, so fast or whatever. Where I was headed, this and that. Like, did somebody, and they kept saying, did somebody cut you off? Did somebody do something to you? I'm like, no, nobody did nothing to me. So, like, I don't even know what is happening right now. And they just kept saying, like, you're probably having a panic attack. But I kept saying it was my heart. So if you didn't know, if you say, like, it's your heart or your heart is beating fast or anything with your heart, mind you, at the time, I'm 25. So, it's like, I wasn't even thinking about no heart attack. Because I'm like, I'm young. Usually, people my age can have a heart attack, but it's like not really likely, So I wasn't even thinking about that being an option or whatever. So they're like, well, we're going to do things like you were having a heart attack. And I'm like, once you hear that and your heart are beating fast, you're like, am I having a heart attack? Like, what's going on? And so they gave me like, I think 3 or 2 aspirins, and they told me to chew them. I'm like, what? They're like, chew them. So I'm chewing them. At this point, whatever they're telling me to do, I'm going to do it because I don't know what's going on. So I'm chewing them. I'm chewing the pills or whatever. And then they're like, we're going to put this on your heart. and it was like some gel stuff. Come to find out, it was Narcan. I think that's how you say it. It was Narcan. So they put Narcan on my heart, and then they put like these little patches all over my heart that get my heart rate and everything. They had stuff connected to my arm and everything. And I'm sitting here like, bro, am I finna have a heart attack? Like, am I having a heart attack? I didn't know what was happening because this never happened to me before. And I'm like, am I about to have a heart attack? Like, what is going on with me? I don't know what's happening. I'm so scared. They were saying, they're like, make sure nobody touches you, because if they touch this gel, they are gonna pass out and their blood sugar is gonna drop so low that they're gonna pass away. And I'm like, sheesh, like, it was serious. Like, but I'm like, dang, they just put this stuff in my heart. So, but it's trying to be a little slower or whatever. So after they put the Narcan on my heart, we're getting closer. We was probably like 5 minutes away from the hospital. And y'all, for some reason, it was tripping me out that they were so calm. Mind you, that's their job. They're supposed to keep you calm. Imagine if you call them and you're already freaking out, and they was freaking out too. Like, everybody would just, it would just be a very bad situation. They are trained to stay calm. They're supposed to stay calm. But for some reason, it was tripping me out that they wasn't as frantic as I was. Like, but I'm glad, thank God they weren't. But looking back on it, that's how I felt. Like, why are y'all not like tripping like I'm tripping? You know, like, why is there no, like, you know, urgency or whatever? 2-year-old, I gotta get back to him. I gotta be there for my son. Like, I kept saying that, and they're like, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be good, you're gonna be good. And so then I finally get to the hospital. I had to wait into the hallway for so long, and I'm sitting here like, oh, back to the ambulance. After I took the Narcan and I took the aspirin, y'all, this whole side of my ear was completely nothing. I couldn't hear nothing. All I heard was a ringing in this ear, and I'm like, is this normal? I was freaking out so bad. I'm like, is this normal? Is this normal? Like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. She was like, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, it's not fine. When I was in the back of the ambulance, I really thought like that was my last day of living. Like, not trying to be dramatic, like, I'm being honest. Like, I thought that was my last day on this earth. And I'm like, just looking at the back of the ambulance, like, this it? Because it's like, this went deaf, and I just heard ringing in this ear. I'm like, oh, I'm done. Like, game over. I'm done. But we got to the hospital. I was waiting for a long time. They finally got me in the room, and they put, you know, the patches back on my chest. They put IV in my arm, and they were like monitoring. And I was like so nervous, so scared. I was still crying or whatever. And I kept telling the doctors, like, am I okay? I mean, the nurses, am I okay? Am I okay? Like, I don't think I'm okay. They're like, you're gonna be fine. We are like the best in this area. You're gonna be good and everything. And I'm like, okay, all right. Like, so y'all said I'm gonna be okay, so I'm gonna believe y'all. Hey y'all, so I'm currently in a hospital room. I was on my way to Tampa from Orlando so I can do my dress rehearsal for my show on Friday. And my heart just started tightening up. My heart was pounding so fast. And I was one of the ones who was drinking Red Bull on a regular, but I had took a break off of them, like, and I had one the other day, and I was tripping bad. The other day that this happened to me, when I tell you, I felt death on me. Like, after that, I turned the TV on, and I was able to calm down a little bit. I was able to calm down. I was okay. Mind you, I'm still nervous about everything that's going on, and I'm like, I need to go to sleep. Like, if I go to sleep, it'll be better. Like, mind you, they called my family. You know, my family was on the way or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna feel better. My family gets there, and they're back there with me, and they're waiting and stuff, and they run tests and everything, and they told me I had a panic attack, and that's what it was, and that I would be okay. And I think that time they gave me medicine, because I ended up having to go to the next day again, but I think they gave me medicine that time. Yeah, they ended up giving me a prescription, and I went to the next day and got my prescription or whatever. But the next day I had like anxiety in my chest really bad, in my heart was still like beating fast, doing that thing or whatever. And so I had to go to the hospital again, and they had rechecked me again for like heart attack, to see if I was having a heart attack, to see if I was, you know, messed up or anything. And everything came back good. I would say probably like 2 weeks to a month after that, I was still experiencing like anxiety in my heart and all that. It was really getting me down. I really didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do nothing. Mind you, my birthday was coming up, and the normal me, I go out, I have fun, I turn up, I get faded, like I have a good time. That's my normal, like that's my normal personality anyways. Like I dance, I have fun, I'm good. But 2 weeks to a month after that, like I was still experiencing the same thing. I really didn't want to be around nobody. I really didn't tell nobody what's going on, because I didn't know if a lot of people would really understand. And like the more I started opening up about it, I found out that a lot of people actually experience that. A lot of people go through that, and I didn't know that. Like it felt like I was alone in this situation, but really it's a lot of people that dealt with it and deals with it on a daily. So it was really crazy. I was taking a medication. It's anti-anxiety medication. It worked for me. I believe it worked. I think it worked at least. But it was just like I would always feel this nervous, constant anxiety in my chest or whatever. So pretty much like one by one, I just started really cutting off things that made me feel some type of way. Anything that made me feel stressed, anything that was not serving me, I really just started cutting out my life, and it got better. Now, like updated to now, it's better. Like I'm able to like go out still with my friends and then feel okay. I'm able to like, you know, drink, do my thing. I have not picked up the gas again because I don't know. I don't know. I might be okay without it, you know, but I don't know. But yeah, I feel like I said but a lot. So now I feel better. Dealing with things a lot more. I've cut even more things out of my life that was stressing me, people that were stressing me, any situations that were stressing me out. I really got rid of all that stuff, and now I'm able to be like in a different good headspace with everything. So I'm thankful for that. I also went and got some like natural pills that have different like stress relief things in it. Like there's no drugs in it. It's like different pills. If anybody's interested, I will probably link it down below in the comment section or the description box. I will do, you know, put where the pills. I got them from Walgreens. They were $20. I'm like, for $20 this better work. But y'all, for a long time I was just trying to find like what can I use, and I heard kava is really good. I never had it because I don't know anybody with it, but when I find it I want to try it out. But things have been kind of better. They've been on, you know, a lot better. I've been trying to, like I said, cut anything out of my life that's not serving me or anything that stresses me out. I just cut it out completely, really. And yeah, so that's one of the places I've been. I'm probably gonna do another video coming up, like where I've been, life update. But yeah, this is one of the major things that happened to me over the summer, and one of the major things that happened to me, you know, why I haven't been posting this and that. But I feel better, so I will be posting again and continue to try to be consistent with this. And yeah, but if y'all like this video, like, subscribe, and share. Thank y'all for watching. Be easy.